Are you patient? Am I patient? Are we patient? Do we have the quality of patience? Are we from amongst those, when we hear something, we react positively or we react negatively? When are you considered to be patient? At your first reaction. Patience, it is at your first reaction towards any of the calamities that you hear of or you face. That moment is the moment that you prove yourself that you're a patient person. It is your first reaction towards hearing the matter or seeing the matter. Not after you've heard it. You start to scream and shout and get angry. And some people even reach to the state of kufr. Why, Ya Rab, you do this to me? And objecting on the qadr of Allah. It is at the beginning where you prove your patience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is that moment when you are hit with that news. It is that moment when you are hit with that calamity. It is that moment when you are hit and faced with the hardship. What do you do at the beginning? Screaming and shouting, or swearing or abusing, or punching walls or breaking glass. What's your reaction? And that's why the reaction of the believers is Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. We are to Allah and we are going back to Allah. Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakeel. We rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and we depend on Allah azza wa jal, the greatest one that we can depend on. This is the quality of the believer. Now what's your reaction? What's your reaction? What's your reaction towards those matters? What's the reaction of the believers? Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. We are to Allah and we are returning back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Accepting the qadr of Allah. Accepting what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had written for you. Accepting what Allah azza wa jal had ordained. This is where you become a true believer. This is the moment that Allah azza wa jal wants to see. Do you accept what Allah azza wa jal had written for you? Do you accept what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had given you? And the believer always knows that Allah had given him something greater than that when he has patience. Allah is saying, oh the son of Adam, if I test you and you have patience, I have no rewards for you better than the Jannah. But have patience at the beginning. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he says, there is nothing more better and greater than the gift that Allah azza wa jal will gift someone than the gift of patience. One of the greatest gifts of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala upon you is that you are patient. It's all about patience. It's all about your reaction. It's all about surrendering to Allah azza wa jal. Whatever I hear, whatever I see, whatever I experience, whatever I go through, whatever I witness, I am patient for the sake of Allah. Remember, patient for who? For the sake of Allah. And when you are patient for the sake of Allah, then you could stand against anything.